Any one of you consider yourself a helpful person? Wonderful. Have you found a lot of helpful information these 2 days? I found tons of cool stuff that I'm just sort of waiting to get home and help people with it. Because I have a confession to make. As an organizational debugger, I like helping people. I like helping people so much that at some times I can't even help myself helping them. I found this to be slightly problematic at times. And that's sort of why I wanted to pose this question. Sort of, can I help you? Well, not you personally, of course, because you're all flawless and perfect. Wait a second. Can I help? Or should I help? If I could. Would I? Obviously. I'm getting confused. At least this is who I am. This is how you contact me. I'm on the Twitters. I'm the guy spamming your tweet stream. I'm sorry for that. I hope some people feel like that's helpful. If not, give me some feedback on it, on not being helpful. One problem I found with helping people is that sometimes they just don't get it, do they? Well, maybe the people you're helping are smarter than the people I'm helping, but sometimes I just go, oh, fuck. See, you're trying to be a very nice and sensible person, right? You've clearly identified that they need your help. You're very patiently explaining to them what they're doing wrong, and they don't get it. What's wrong with them? What's going on? See, this is the problem I've found multiple times. And I also found out another thing. It's always the darkest just before it turns pitch black. So sitting there in a very dark place, I started thinking, maybe I should get help. I got curious of this concept of helping. See, it's a really small thing. We all know how to do it, right? Anyone doesn't know how to help? Come on, of course you know how to help. We're all helpers. It comes naturally. Helping is as easy as running. That's another hobby of mine. And it turns out I'm not very good at that either. Anyhow, being helpful. Is this helpful? This is how I used to view myself. And I'm not the wet dog. I'm the mighty steed. We're going on a journey. I'll carry you over troubled waters because I'm the helper. See? Anyone identify with that? You're laughing. That means there's something at least, or sort of, oh, I know that dumb ass. Okay, that's not an ass, that's a horse. But, it's not a donkey, that is. But I felt that this was me. And what I want to invite you to consider is that maybe, just maybe, you might be suffering from the same problem as I have. And that is that this is the wrong model of actually trying to help someone. So, I'm a developer at heart. Anyone else a developer? So you're a pretty smart guy, ain't you? Most of us are. Most of us grew up being the smartest guy in the room. The women were smarter than us and didn't admit it. So we sort of figured out how do we nurture the new ones. We tell them how smart we are. We end up in this very parental relationship where I'm supposed to protect you, help you, grow you, because I'm big and smart, and you're little. You're smaller than me. You're little. You're vulnerable. Derp. Seriously. I've only found two major problems in the concept of helping. So actually, all of these problems that I've sort of been hinting at, that I think that I've identified within myself, actually stems from a problem with doing two simple things. So I know that sort of counting with Jim's whip things previously, that would turn up to 4 things you need to keep in mind during this conference. But at least, so the first problem we have is we're horrible at asking for help. Okay? The other one is that we're horrible at giving help. See? So we don't actually have very many problems with helping. It's just 2. Easy, right? So let's talk about the first one. Asking for help. Are you good at asking for help? At least a few people are. That's good. What I found is that a lot of things that sounds like people are asking for help isn't. And a lot of stuff that sounds like, and when they don't ask for help, it actually is. So one common complaint is sort of, or one common strategy for getting help is, it doesn't work! And then sort of, it seems kind of obvious. Okay, if something doesn't work, you probably want help with this. Have anyone tried sort of, someone comes in, this doesn't help. And you go, okay, no, this doesn't work. And you go, okay, well, this is how it's supposed to be working. Done that? Did the person continue go on, you're not listening? It turns out, often when people are asking for help, they don't actually sort of want you to do anything. They want you to listen. Bugger that. I want to talk. Can we make this about me again? Not about your needs. Some people also come in and sort of go, can you help me with this? Anyone gotten that request recently? Did they want your help? No, they actually didn't want your help. What they wanted was for their problems to disappear. So who's a consultant? It's okay, I used to be one. I'm as guilty as anyone. What I realized being a consultant is that it's really easy for a client to call you up, going, hey Toby, can you come in and sell us a box of Scrum? And like, you know what, Scrum's doesn't come in a box. Okay, 2 boxes done. I promise you, it's essentially those calls you get. And you go, oh, well, I'll go over and try to help them anyway. They don't know what they want, but I'll help them. So you go in, and then sort of go, oh, well, we heard this guy talking about Scrum, and we want some. Oh, cool. Why do you want Scrum? Or why do you want Agile? I even do some of that Kanban stuff, if you ask me nicely. Why do you want that? Well, we heard some guy at a conference, and he said that if you do that, everything goes twice as fast. Well, that's not exactly what we're selling here, but okay. And you go, okay, well, that's fine. That's not the main objective of it, but that's a nice side effect. Who wouldn't want to sort of double their productivity? Or get hyper-productive. 4 times baseline productivity. Hey, that's some awesome shit. I want more of that. So they ask for that, right? You go in, and you start telling people to sort of explore their work environment. And it turns out they didn't actually want to change anything. So that's a mistake in asking for help. You don't actually want the answer. I've also been yelled at, sort of once. My very fine girlfriend, she sort of asked me, what do you think about these shoes? And I said, they look horrible. That was the wrong answer. I had 2 options and I picked the wrong one. So not every request for your feedback is a request for your feedback. Sometimes you need to say what people actually want to hear. It sounds obvious, but I'm not a very smart guy, okay? So that's also a big mistake. So when we're asking for help, we should probably be a bit explicit about what it actually is we want. which is a bit of a problematic thing. So asking for help, sort of be very specific and also make it a refusable request. A refusable request, you say? But wasn't I asking for help? Yeah, but some people, they ask for help in this really interesting matter, right? So, can you help me with this? And you go, sorry, Bob, I'm busy. Can you help me with this? Yes, of course I can. Don't ask for help if the request can't be refused. But also be explicit about what you want from it and in what way can I help? How can I help you? Is it by listening? Is it by giving you advice? Do you need coaching? Do you need mentoring? Do you just want the solution? Do you just want the bloody thing to go away? That's okay. It's very okay to ask the pain away. But say that that's what you want. Because otherwise, I'll be an ass. Because I'll start assuming things. Like that you actually wanted some other sort of help. The help I wanted to provide. So that's the asking for help part. It's really hard. And we do it way too seldom, actually. We shouldn't be inflicting harm upon people. We can all agree on that. But how often do we actually inflict help? I tended to do that a lot. You see someone that desperately needs your help, so you run over and you help them. What happens when you do that? Anyone? Have you had help inflicted upon you recently? Someone has sort of ran over the office to help you out a bit. It's quite common that happens. And it's very destructive. It's violent. Because you took someone's problem away. And this is one of the sort of biggest mistakes I've done through the ages, is that I just couldn't help myself from helping. Quite a bit like I'm doing now. I'm taking up your time standing here telling you, guys, you're doing it wrong. You're not helping. But it's a really important concept. Because if we don't want to harm anyone, we should first make sure that we have the permission to help. Right? And how many managers get this wrong? It's okay to throw the tomatoes. The thing is that I'm also a manager. That's the horrible part about me. I'm actually a C-level manager, so I'm a CTO. So I do this stuff all the time, where I sort of go, go help them people. That's why we bring the consultants in, right? To go help those other people. Don't do that. If they request some help, if they request that consultant, then get them in. Don't inflict help. Just to drive that home, this is a nicer picture of not inflicting help. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's how I felt a few times. Bye! Someone so desperately wants to help me that I'm just, what's that for? What's going on? Don't be this guy. Oh, yeah, huggable horse. I love my horse. No, but that's the thing. So there must be some sort of medication one can take to actually become good at this, right? Because if you're anything like me, then this is what you're currently feeling. Wasn't this but to sort of talk about how I help people? And all I've been saying is, well, these are all the things I did that wasn't very helpful. I think that helping is very much about, come on, jump. There we go. Helping people grow and growing yourself. So if we take that perspective instead, anytime we want to help something, think about this. How do you help a plant grow? How do you help these sprouts? You need to listen to their needs. Anyone tried yelling at their plants to grow faster? I tried to performance manage my plants so hard, it doesn't work. I got other plants instead. No, but that's the thing, right? You need to provide them with support. You need to provide them with nourishment. You need to listen very deeply to their needs. And that's also the position you should be taking with regards to helping. Are you helping the other person grow? But what happens if you shield a plant too much? Anyone had that brilliant idea when spring comes, that you have these beautiful flowers you've had inside for a whole winter? And you go, those would look very nice on my balcony. And you take them out, and all of a sudden you don't have any plants anymore because they died. It can't only be me, right? Yeah. It happens to me every year. I'm like, oh, this beautiful plant, and they die. Why? Because they haven't actually been in that environment, right? So think about that. When you're helping people, and Scrum Masters and coaches are famous for this, what does a Scrum Master do? The same thing as a good manager does. I shield my people from the evil organization. Okay, that's good. But what happens when your people get lost in the office and wanders into the rest of the organization? Have they then built the resilience they needed? Have they taken the knocks and been exposed? Did you help them prematurely and by so doing deny them their own growth? Take care of the plants. Helping is a superpower. Tim talked about permission as being a superpower, and it is. And we need to leverage that. And in this picture, who do you want to be? Who want to be Batman? Cool, I also want to be Batman. Because Batman is, okay, well, he wasn't that cool in those days. But hey, it's not the 1920s anymore, is it? We've moved on. Batman has become cooler. And this is sort of the problem. Because if you want to help, this is you. Hello, Robin. You dapper person, you, yes. This is what you need to be. If you truly want to help, what you need to do is to assume the role of the sidekick. What you need to do is realize that your mission isn't to go around spreading the most awesome advice and having the coolest gadgets. All the cool gadgets you picked up and put into your tool belt makes you Batman. But he needs some dumbass that sort of goes around and goes, "Ooh, Batman, Batman. Should be doing this instead." You need to be Robin. If you're the smartest guy in the room, if you have an ego close to my size, that's really hard. It's a tough challenge. But it's one that I found is worth all the effort. Because I like to imagine wonderful. And this wonderful drawing is done by Andrea Sewell, Woody Sewell's wife. And it has nothing to do about no estimates, don't worry. Just by kind permission. I really like the unicorn. Because people always go around saying, well, in the real world. We are in the real world. We're creating it. And I like to imagine a world where all of us can be unicorns. But if you want to sort of grow unicorns, or narwhals, or whatever, mythical creatures, then we need to figure this out. And I think that we're not wandering around on clouds searching for rainbows. We just need to employ all the good stuff we actually do know. And I think that the world will become a very wonderful place if we just help each other out. If you just open up to the possibility that the most important thing isn't me. The most important part of a relationship, in a helping relationship, isn't me, it's you. And nervous as I am, I've talked way too fast. So this talk is now over 10 minutes early. Thank you.